You serious?
This is How to Kill an Hour. I'm Marcus Bronzy.
And I'm Funk Butcher.
Plenty of ways to kill some time out there. Thank you for killing some time with us. Now, Funk Butcher.
Yes.
The man that is funky. And funks up the butch. Butches up the funk. What's the worst way someone's ever got your name confused?
Frank Butcher?
Frank. They've called you Frank. So they've totally missed the pun.
Yeah.
They've totally missed the pun.
Totally.
Because, was it a deliberate pun?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, are you a fan of EastEnders?
Yeah.
Really?
Not anymore.
But you were a fan of EastEnders.
Yeah.
So you were like, I'm Frank Butcher. Because Frank Butcher was one of the most prolific characters on the EastEnders.
Legendary.
Would you say the most prolific character?
Yeah.
Was there anyone else more prolific than, I'd say the only thing more prolific than Frank Butcher were Pat Butcher's earrings.
Yep.
Those big pineapple earrings or fruit bowl earrings that she used to wear.
Yeah.
But Frank Butcher was a legend of the square.
I think the only people that come close are Phil and Grant Mitchell.
Phil and Grant Mitchell. They were definitely a tag team combo that you couldn't beat. And if you've not watched EastEnders before, because you're not from the UK, EastEnders is a BBC funded soap that was based in East London way back. It was probably more gritty and real back then, and now it's kind of become a bit more flamboyant and a bit more of like a even, I know it's like that already, but it's even more of like a pantomime than it was before. It was East London. I think the whole East London scene was kind of like a bit geezery anyway, but now it's like a bit more of a parody, a weird parody. Anyway, before I bang on, right. So if I say her name, she might answer. Yeah, okay. So. And her is Alexa. So we've got her in the... Yeah, I said it quietly. So we've got her in the room today, basically, because we've tested out that certain assistant on the show a few times. And we've had conversations about the development of these sort of Siri-based things and home assistants. And what are your current thoughts on sort of what they can give us?
I think it's brilliant.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think again, we're moving closer to that media representation of what the 21st century home living and world was through this kind of tech and AI. So so I'm just moving around. Yeah, it's good. I'm excited.
Yeah? Really?
Yeah.
So you think we're close to that sort of version that we've heard about where people are like, in the future you'll be able to order your groceries with that sort of stuff.
Yeah, when you used to look at the infomercials and the public service announcements that you can kind of look on YouTube back in the day of how they envision the future to be we were heading towards the Jetsons. Yeah. The Jetsons, that famous cartoon by Hanna-Barbera, and we was kind of heading towards that world and Alexa. Well, you did, and these other kind of apps. They're kind of taking us a little bit closer to science fact.
Exactly. I mean, it's so factual and real now that just before we press record, Funk ordered chicken nuggets on my Alexa because he could.
Yeah.
But I got her on mute now. But basically, there's this whole new way, Funk, of communicating with Alexa, or this whole new type of entertainment, which comes through the skills. So basically all the things that your Alexa can do are called skills, right? So you can teach it new skills or add certain voice commands to it. And there's a show on Amazon Prime called Bosch. I don't watch it. Do you watch it?
I've seen the adverts for it.
It's a detective show. They've actually created a skill called Bosch, and it's an interactive game where you talk to Alexa and it guides you through. So I'll give you an example now of how it works. Alexa, open Bosch.
Welcome back to Bosch, a detective's case. Here's Bosch.
There you are. I was just looking for you. Want to take it from where you left off or start over?
Take it from where I left off.
You walk into the bathroom. There's a small sequin clutch with its contents dumped out on the counter. Among the gum wrappers and tubes of makeup, something catches your eye. A key. You put on your gloves and pick it up. It's one of those old-timey, jangly ones hanging on a plastic keychain. The number 45 is circled in a curved vintage font beneath the hotel's name. You remember hearing somewhere that the word key comes from the Old English key, to explain. You grip the key tightly, wondering if you can squeeze out an explanation for Nora's disappearance. When none comes, you pull out your phone and do a quick search. The hotel is just a 15-minute drive away. Detective's choice. Do you drive to the hotel or dust the key for fingerprints?
Drive to the hotel. Alexa, stop. So you just heard me. I make a choice. I choose what happens throughout it. Oi, Alexa, stop. There you go. Thank you. And that's an actual interactive game you can play.
That's amazing.
I don't know what's more amazing about it. The fact that I've not thought of that kind of interaction before.
Yeah.
Or the fact that I can just play it lying down in bed, like 20 minutes before I go to sleep. Wicked.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Bosch. One second, let me just mute her. Yeah, so that's Bosch, where you can get involved in sort of an interactive mystery to set you up for the third season. What are your thoughts on that? Because that was my killer bit this week. That's what I've been killing some time doing. What are your thoughts on that? You look like...
I love it.
The butcher hand is on the chin. I don't know what you're going to say.
Yeah, no, it's not a critical chin rub. It's more like bewilderment. Yeah, that is amazing.
So there used to be like books. Do you remember there was a kind of book? I don't know what kind of book it is where you can make decisions, and if you made a decision, go to page 45.
Yeah.
I feel like this is like a live action version of those books, which had multiple endings, and the decisions that you made meant that you'd have to skip to different chapters and read them. And I feel like this is a real life interactive version of that, where all you need is your voice. And you don't even have to give proper answers. So, for example, if it's like, do you go to the left door or go to the right? You can just say left or just right, and it'll go from there.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. I mean, I really like it, man. I had great fun playing it. That's my second playthrough. I didn't want to get too far into it. I didn't want to do any plot spoilers, but I didn't want to give you the start either because I feel like it would have been a bit flat.
Yeah.
It's like all the intro stuff to get you into it. But what are your thoughts, man?
No, I think it's very good considering they've tied it to a popular series as well.
Yeah.
So you're not literally kind of, again, starting off flat with an untried and untested brand.
Yeah.
You're going to get fans of the show because I think the show's been running for a couple of seasons now.
Yeah.
And so yeah, obviously in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, "Oh, I'd like to see this with this series and that series, and
I'd love it.
A Breaking Bad one, or a Better Call Saul one, or even a Game of Thrones one." And I guess this is like an audio representation of the Telltale games.
That was it. The Telltale games as well. I love those.
So the Telltale games, one that I've tried, and they've got a Game of Thrones one and a Batman.
I've done the Batman one.
Yeah, the Batman one, and again, this is kind of like a mutation of that kind of idea. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of interactive content, and if we can get to a point where in the future, I mean, I'd love to see this with TV. There's a film an app that we downloaded, which was a film where you could choose multiple endings, but I wouldn't mind a season being shot in such a way that you could interact with it. So say, for example, there's Line of Duty, which has been really popular with Tandy Newton in it.
Yeah.
Imagine we had a version of that where you can watch a season and your main protagonist, I don't know, dies and my one lives, or your protagonist goes to prison and mine doesn't.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned that, not to kind of like steal Amazon's thunder, but for the Telltale games, they've got an actual season pass for the Batman one and the Game of Thrones. So I can't see why they wouldn't do a whole season of the kind of this audio style.
Yeah.
And,
why not?
Yeah.
But currently this is free. Did not pay a penny for it.
Yeah.
So that's great. So moving on from that, because we've got Alexa in the studio. She's muted right now. I'm about to take her off mute. They have released the top 5 skills that Alexa is... They're the most popular for Alexa. So a skill is something that Alexa can do, a command. We won't try all of them, but we'll try some of them. Would you like to go from 5 to 1? Or would you like to go from the best down to 5? It's up to you, Funk.
5 to 1.
5 to 1, right.
Say the best to last.
You can do these, interact with these for me. So at number 5, it's a game. It's a game called Meow.
Okay.
And it's not for us, it's for cats.
Yeah.
So the way you activate this funk is you have to say Alexa, and then you have to go meow meow, and then this is a game which you set up and your cat is meant to play with Alexa. So I'll be the cat.
Yeah.
So I'll pretend to be your cat.
Yeah.
But you have to command it by saying Alexa, meow meow. I'll just take her off mute when you're ready.
Alexa, meow meow.
Meow. Meow meow meow. Meow. And so on. Alexa, stop. That's a skill for people's cats to play with their Amazon Echo.
Okay. So what is it trying to teach your cat to do? Count?
I think it's just a bit of light entertainment for your light entertainment for your pussycat. That's what it is.
Okay.
So that's number 5. Genuinely top 5.
Yeah.
Right? Number 4, Harmony for Logitech projects. That's like smart home stuff.
So they've done obviously a survey, and a lot of Alexa users have cats then.
Well, I'm not. Things that you talk to are probably more likely to be popular with people that haven't got as many friends, I'd say. And those that haven't got as many friends are more likely to have cats. I don't know. Maybe a crazy cat lady is the demographic that Alexa's hitting.
Okay.
There's Harmony for Logitech. There's Harmony for Logitech products, which is like other smart home stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's loads of stuff that Harmony remotes do,
Okay.
which are great. There's a game called the Magic Door Game,
Yeah.
where it's basically a story which you go through and follow. So it's kind of like the Bosch game.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm honest, Bosch game's a little bit better.
Okay.
The Bosch game's a little bit better. Had a bit more fun with the Bosch game. But it's like, you decide whether to go left or right, or go here or there.
Yeah.
And again, it's pretty simple. You just, launch it by saying, Alexa, start the Magic Door Game. And at number 2 is Radio Player. So it plays radio stations, which makes sense. Hey, Alexa, play this radio station.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You can also say play How to Kill an Hour, and it'll work. Should we try it out again? Alexa, play the How to Kill an Hour podcast.
You'd like to play the program called How to Clean A, right?
How to clean A.
Alexa,
what does A stand for?
exactly, yeah. Alexa, stop. Alexa, play the How to Kill an Hour podcast.
I couldn't find How to Kill an Hour or Two, for short. Quick crime stories for the impatient reader.
How dare she? Well, usually it works. Oh well. Anyway, at least you know it's live.
At least she can teach you how to clean A.
Yeah, clean something else. Right, so at number 1 is the animal game.
Mm-hmm.
Together, I'll mute Alexa. Can you whisper really quietly an animal into the microphone just to prove that Alexa can't hear you? Any random animal. And don't say Billy.
I was going to say giraffe.
Everyone I've played that with has said that. Everyone this week that I've asked literally have said 100% of... Why the animal?
Do you know what? It
Why
must be
the
my
animal?
subconscious.
Have they been on TV?
Yeah, I saw it on the timeline.
Is there a show? Okay.
No, I think one got killed or something on the timeline.
Oh, that's why. Everyone said it. All right. Right, keep another one, please. Well, you can, if you really want. If you want, you can do it. But everyone says that.
So it could be any animal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try not to be too not like a space walrus. Like make it exist.
Okay.
Whisper it, bro, just in case, so people can't say that Alexa was listening this whole time.
Okay.
I muted her anyway.
Flamingo.
Okay, cool. So I'll activate the game for you, and you have to answer questions.
Yeah.
Alexa, start animal game.
Let us play a game. Please think of an animal, and let me guess it. I will ask you questions. Please answer yes or no.
Yes.
Does it have a trunk?
No.
Is it a common pet?
No.
Is it covered with spots?
No.
Does it have 2 legs?
Yes.
Is it covered with feathers?
Yes.
Can it swim?
No.
Can it fly?
Yes.
Is it large?
Yes.
Does it eat fish?
Yes.
Does it live in warm climate only?
Yes.
Does it live in water?
Yes.
Let me guess. Is it a flamingo?
Whoa!
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Is it a predator?
No, we said yes. It's cool. No, wait. She thought yo was no. Oh, we'll turn that off. Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. Thank you. She thought when we went, Alexa, stop. Thank you.
Goodbye.
All right,
Thanks
goodbye
for
to you.
playing.
Oh, I don't, all right. Yeah, when we went, oh, she thought we said no.
Yeah.
Good though, isn't it?
That's amazing.
Nice little game. I like the meow one
Yeah.
best, but there's loads of little skills, and it's not something I've really thought about using it for actual entertainment, like actual bits of fun. Like I've always thought about things being functional.
Yeah.
So you can also do wiki stuff like that as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this kind of interactive game, like this interactive level of your home assistant, for me, that's a big step for me, because that kind of could be a winner for me if I knew that I could have a home assistant that would entertain the kids,
Mhm.
or or we could play a game. Like I just feel like that would be something I just had not considered it at all. Are you surprised that there's this sort of level of entertainment from our home systems, or are you just like, I mean, because you enjoyed that, didn't you? That was a bit of fun.
I think that's a winner. That's very impressive. It's like a interactive version of Guess Who, the kind of the board game where you got the different male and females, and you have to kind of eliminate them, whether they got black hair or dark hair or blue eyes, or so it's kind of like an interactive version of that.
Yeah.
But I think this is great for party settings with the younger children, all that kind of stuff. So it does add another facet to something which can just exist as a big tube in your house.
Yeah.
It needed something else, another string to add to its bow. So these other skills, I think they're that, and the Bosch storytelling one, I think they're going to be very popular.
Well, there's one thing with it adding chicken nuggets to my shopping list. That's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a whole other thing, like you said, having this whole sort of interactive Bosch thing. And I was a big fan of it. And as soon as I saw the way they do it, and the way it works is you go online with your app and you add this to your Amazon device through your app.
Yeah.
And there's countless ones. I mean, there's entertainment ones. There's ones that obviously work with your smart home.
Yeah.
There's loads of skills. I'm still a bit baffled as to why this cat one is so popular. Who knows? But there's loads of things which are just packed full of information, and I feel like a light bit of entertainment for me, like that Bosch game, in that it fills that kind of gap for me where I might want to read a book before I go to bed. I might play that instead.
Maybe the cat one, as we explored on the previous episode, is how Alexa gets the information back, the reconnaissance from the spy cats that have come back on their mission from Russia.
So what did we just communicate there? Did we just say the job is done?
The microfilm
has been uploaded. But yeah, so what can we expect from the future? And this is what we're getting now.
Yeah.
And mid 2017, what can we expect now in the next few years from our smart devices?
I think it's going to be a case of now Amazon just embellishing and polishing the content on this device. I don't think Amazon want to get stuck in a place where they're churning out more and more hardware devices in the home. They probably want to just have a few choice pieces,
Yeah.
and then have whatever they call them, skills on these devices, which are utilized by everyone in the home, so that they can actually freeze out the competition. Because that's what it boils down to. It doesn't matter how great the device is; it's how much you're using it.
Yeah.
So they really want to get people using these devices as much as possible.
Yeah.
So if you're using them for an audio Bosch game, you're shopping, switching off your lights, checking your heating, calling the gas man, and all those things, then they begin to take up a larger percentage of your day. And see ya, Apple. You get pushed out the equation.
Yeah, before we move on, I just want to say there's one piece of kit that we've seen here at How to Kill Now called the NVIDIA Spot.
Yeah.
And that is so easy to install. It's still not out yet. So basically, the NVIDIA's got a shield which carries smart home stuff at the moment. It works with Google Assistant. Maybe it'll work with other things.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's rumors that it might.
Yeah.
But their speakers that they install are these little spot speakers that you plug into any wall socket, American, English, whatever. Plug one of those in. It's now a multi-purpose speaker. All of the adjustments come from the server. So the hardware doesn't need to improve. You just need good internet. And like you said, it's all about what's on the server. So you're right. Whatever gets in your house the quickest, whatever can get settled in your house and is easy to install, that's where the win is.
Yeah.
That's 100% where the winning, because now, for example, the NVIDIA Shield, this is why I think it's ahead of its time. It's a console that doesn't have a game on it. Everything plays off the servers. And if you've got the right internet speed, which yes, not everyone has, but we will have better internet in the future, fingers crossed, you can play a lag-free online game off the server. Guess what? When the game's updated, you don't have to download any updates. It's updated on the server. On release day, you don't even have to download a game. You just log in and play the game. Sick.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. And hardware-wise, Shield I can hold in my hand. Like, all right, I could hold a PS4 in my hand, but it's a lot heavier. Do you know what I mean? So you're right. I think it's all about integration into your house.
Yeah.
It's whatever can get in easy.
Yeah.
That's why I think Apple could still win it, because of our phones always being on us.
Yeah.
That's it's a speaker walking around with us. So if all you had to do was say the right command, like take your phone out of your pocket, or even if you could leave your phone in your pocket and the speaker was good enough to hear you saying something, just saying it, that could be enough for Apple to clinch the smart home business. But we will see. But Work Experience Molly has been hammering away at the keyboard at a talking point, and we can't miss it. We can't miss this talking point.
That's Molly typing.
Yeah. No, she's faster than Billy. No, Billy's
Yeah, that's Billy.
Molly's.
Yeah.
That's what she is. You know, she actually has to slow down, because if she types too fast, the keyboard actually will go on fire.
Yeah.
You know that?
She set up the smoke alarm earlier.
She did set up the smoke alarm earlier. She did smoke off. Yeah, it's crazy. And that's with one hand. Billy. So it's weird. Isn't it weird how Milo went missing, Work Experience, from last year after we started cracking the same jokes?
Yeah.
Watch your back, Molly.
Yeah.
Watch your back. Yeah. So you brought this to the table, actually, Funk.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj is being quite a humanitarian aid.
Yeah, I think this is Nicki's. Whenever I make that noise,
Something's coming.
Yeah, some kind of barbed compliment.
Yeah.
Barbed. That's what they call her fans, isn't it? The barbs.
Barbs, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want barbs on you.
No.
You don't want, what Beyonce's one's called?
The Bayhive.
The Bayhive.
Yeah.
The bees. You don't want the bees on you. You don't want the barbs on you.
Yeah.
What? Trey Songz has got his Trey Angels. That's whack.
Yeah.
Compared to Bays.
It's funny because Wu-Tang were called Wu-Tang Killer Bees, and then Beyonce took it to another level with the Bayhive. They're actually worse than Killer Bees, kind of thing.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
So
Nicki,
what's happening with Nicki, Funk?
Nicki Minaj. So she's
By the way, I really fancy her.
I think everyone does.
No, I know people are like, no, not really. I think she looks really nice.
Yeah. I'm sure you do.
Like clothes on and everything, just looking at her face. I'm serious. Not like I actually look at her and I think, you know what, Nicki, I would actually buy you a drink.
I don't think I've ever seen a picture just of Nicki's face though.
I've got one, but it's only because I've not scrolled down anymore. Anyway, sorry, you're saying.
Yeah. So Nicki is, I'm very cynical of these things. I think it's like a whole PR campaign, but she's becoming forever the philanthropist, cleaning up her image, caring for her barbs, as they were. And she's offered to kind of pay the tuition fees for her budding fans, the most loyal and dedicated fans. She's offered to pay their tuition fees if they can prove that they're making the grades. And it's obviously this sent the internet nuts. So you've got a lot of US students sending in their predicted grades and whatnot.
This is what I'm talking. So she gives you this one. So to clarify, Nicki Minaj is paying fans tuition fees if they get good predicted grades or if their grades come in good.
Yeah, if they get either or. If they get
so they're just getting good predictions.
No, so if they get the grades that they're predicted to get, then she will cover. So I guess if you're predicted to get like 3 E's, then
and you get it, she could pay.
Yeah.
But she's trying to promote the A's and B's. Yeah. Because I was going to say, if I got all my tuition fees paid before I took my exams, I could party, miss my exams, and then that would mess that all up. Yeah. Molly's nodding because she's saying, I would party. As a student, I'd go to, what's it called? Monday, we had Mood Mondays when I was at uni.
Yeah.
We had £1 Tuesdays. No, £1 Wednesdays. Cheap Tuesdays.
Is
£1 Wednesdays.
Union?
Thirsty Thursdays, and Friday was just Friday.
Nobody remembers Friday.
Yeah.
He was out by then.
Yeah, and then Saturday was like drinks. So she's helping out people that do well at their exams. How does she know that there's no Photoshop going on? Like surely there's levels of protocol that she must have to go through, or is she just going off tweeted pictures?
I think she's going off tweeted pictures, but I mean, it's
my cousins in Nigeria will be all over this. Nicki Minaj, I'm going to get 17 A's now.
So literally, she is, going on a whole exercise to kind of rebrand herself as the rapper of the people.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll work?
Well, it's open to manipulation, like your cousins in Nigeria would do.
Has somebody come with a figure?
Well, some people are using it to kind of Nicki Minaj as a way to settle some of their outstanding student debt. God loves a trier.
Really?
So
so is this just debt that you've amassed while being a student?
Whilst being amassed,
so it's not necessarily tuition fees,
and has accumulated since you've left university or college.
All right. So what are we talking about then?
So one person, I believe the tweet will be on the howtokillanhour.com blog, is a tweet which kind of falls in the region of $250,000.
What?
Yeah.
What? How'd you mess up $250,000? What are you, Tony Stark?
I think there's a lot of...
you build Iron Man at uni?
I think there's a lot of library books outstanding, I think that's what it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
And is Nicki going to take that, though?
I don't know.
If she paid it, I'd rate that, though.
We'll see.
I'd rate that.
I think this is Nicki Minaj, not Nicki Zuckerberg.
So she's taken the kind of... is it J. Cole? He did the thing where he went to visit his fans.
Yeah.
So now Nicki Minaj is paying. I think, you know what, fun? I think that's a good use. It's a good positive, being a positive role model in these times filled full of turmoil in the States.
Yeah.
We need people doing positive things like this. I respect her for it. And it's not just because I like her face.
Yeah.
I rate her for it.
All right, Nicki, got a tenner?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let us a tenner, Nicki.
It was, who is it? Ace was telling me, he says that if you ask somebody famous for money, there's a certain amount that you should ask them for, because like, for example, Ed Sheeran, if I asked him for a tenner, he'd probably give it to me.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't ask him for a mil, takes a mick, because if you was like, Ed, can I have a couple of £100? He can't really say no, can he? He's Ed Sheeran.
I don't think Ed Sheeran has a tenner on him though.
He doesn't carry money anymore.
I don't think he carries cash like that. I think if Ed Sheeran pulled up, he wouldn't have any money for the parking machine. I don't think he's got pound coins on him.
Do you think...
I think you get to a level of wealth where you actually don't have pound coins or notes in you. You just carry your card.
Isn't that amazing? What is Nando's black card?
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing that you can get to that level of wealth where you don't require any money?
Yeah.
Weird that, isn't it? Like he probably could get a flight home from anywhere in the world just with, sorry, I've lost my wallet. How crazy is that?
That's crazy.
Oh, what a world we live in. But yeah, no, good on you, Nicki Minaj. I support you fully.
Yeah.
Wherever you are, I'm standing behind you.
I'm sure you are.
Mm-hmm. Plenty of ways to kill some time out there. Thank you for killing some time with us. I've been Marcus Bronzy.
I've been Funk Butcher.
Bless.